Welcome to the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Brought to you in part by Master Networks Wylie and powered by the Difference Media LLC.
Today's show is hosted by Brian Poduska, entrepreneur and owner of Real Property Management Focus. Co-hosted by Cordell Reynolds with New Res Mortgage and Linh Heverly, realtor with Coldwell Banker Apex.
The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our co-host and their guests share thoughts and insights about being a professional and the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in a very special way. Because the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie starts now.
Good morning, almost afternoon, Wylie and surrounding communities. I'm Lyndon Wilson, filling in today for Brian Poduska. Brian is on vacation. Well-deserved vacation. He has a couple of day jobs, plus he is one of our primary hosts on a lot of the community shows that we do. We're excited to be here today. Got two of our co-hosts, Cordell Reynolds and Linh Heverly. They're going to be with us in just a second. Wanted to talk a little bit about what the Community Difference is about. Community Difference is about bringing awareness to the small business owners, as well as the activities, the community leaders within these small communities. The big communities always get all of the press and they get to share all what's going on. A lot of times we get a lot of negative media, and sometimes we get burned out on that. So what we're looking for is all the positive things that are going on in whatever community it may be. We're currently working with Denton. We're working with Rockwall and Rowlett. Obviously, we have two shows in Wylie, which we're really proud of. First time we've done that in a community, and Wylie has really stepped up. I think if you're the first time watching this, you're going to see why this is so cool. The members of Master Networks are really what's driving our show, and so you're going to see some outstanding professionals that are also just residents of our community and really love our community. So that's a little bit about the Community Difference. Where can you watch it? You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on LinkedIn. You can watch it on Facebook. You can also listen to us on our new radio station, 2940 The Difference. If you're looking to find that, it's an online radio station. Go to our website. You can see the link at the bottom, www.thedifferenceradio.com. Our podcast, which is on every podcast platform you can think of. This will play replay. It's not live right now, but it will replay on our radio station tomorrow. And then all the live, like YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, as I said before. All right. Just a side note, if you see me looking around, which you will, I've got three screens going, soundboard, keyboard, because I'm also producing this, which is normally what I do. I'm doing two jobs today. So don't think that I am just checked out and not paying attention. I really am. But I don't carry the show, right? A co-host carry the show. They're absolutely incredible people. So here comes Cordell Reynolds and Linh Heverly. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Lyndon, Lynn? How you guys doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing fantastic.
Doing
Good
awesome.
to see you again.
Doing awesome. Second show, right? You
Yep.
guys broke in. Well, you weren't our first show last month, but you hit the first show for this month. So now you're old pros. Everything's really cool and easy. Now you'll start figuring out what you don't know, right? That first show is as nervous as you'll be. It's kind of like, Cordell, do you play golf? Lynn, do you play golf?
Yeah, I play a little bit.
Okay,
No.
so if you're like me, you go out and you hit a couple of shots and you think you got it figured out, and then everything blows up, right?
Absolutely.
I'm not putting the fear of God in you. That's not what's going to happen here. What you start to realize is that, wow, this is easy, but there's some things I can do to be really, really good. And that's really what we're going to do. That's kind of what we do with all of our shows, is we work together collectively to become better at this particular part of our branding and marketing. So what I want to do now is I want to take a few minutes and kind of like what we do in the Master Networks, except it's a little longer than 30 seconds. And because, man, I can say a lot and I can't get everything in 30 seconds, but we're going to let each of you introduce yourself. We're going to let the ladies go first, which will be Lynn, if no one's noticed. And we're going to let Lynn go first. Lynn, introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are, what you do, and a little bit about who you are as a person.
Okay, so I am a realtor with Coldwell Banker Apex. I've been doing real estate with Coldwell Banker for going on 11 years. And who I am as a person is I'm a mom of 3 beautiful children. We recently just came back from a trip celebrating my birthday with my oldest, who is living in Austin. I am a sports mom. I like to cook, I like to craft, and I like to help people. So that's just me in a nutshell.
Awesome. All right, Cordell, you're up.
All right. So I'm Cordell Reynolds with New Res, soon to be Platinum Eagle Mortgage. We are in the process of transitioning that name. We're still going to be under the New Res flag. However, we're going to have our own local presence with our local office, us and our team of loan officers here representing the Platinum Eagle team. I am a husband, father, and just a fan of local business and sports in general. You can probably catch me at Wylie High sporting events ranging from football, baseball, basketball. It doesn't matter. I'm in the stands cheering on Wylie, go Amo, and then also carrying my kids around to different sporting events all across seems like the Southern U.S. at this point, man.
So we've got a few more minutes left before we have to go to break. So I want to kind of get into this a little bit deeper. Obviously, Cordell, you and I have a lot in common. Well, I wouldn't say a lot in common, but we have something very unique in common.
Yes, we do.
We're both Arkansas guys.
Absolutely.
We grew up probably about 30 miles apart,
Absolutely.
I guess. Yeah, I grew up in Camden. You grew up in El Dorado. Were you a Wildcat?
I was a Wildcat, born and raised, man. It's in me. I still follow them very closely. Shout out to the Wildcats lady track team for winning state back to back this year.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, what were y'all's colors? Were they purple?
Purple, correct.
All right. Look at that. Look at me. It's been a while. Yeah. And so you're also a Razorback fan.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So those are 2 things that we got to share, because I don't know if you've noticed this, especially in this area. It seems like Wylie, Allen, you ride around and you see the little Razorback, you see the little hog on the back end of the car. And I'm like, how many Razorback fans are there in Texas? It's just unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy how many it is. And in fact, when we moved here to Texas, we thought we were going to have to kind of brainwash our kids to want to go to school in Arkansas. And we don't even have to. Honestly, my oldest daughter, Arian, is that's where she wants to go to school at now, because it's such a popular brand here in the area. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Lynn, let's talk a little bit more about you, and then we're going to go to break. But tell us what you do for fun. What in your off time when you're not working? I mean, you're probably like Cordell. See, I'm old. My son is grown. I've got 2 grandkids, which they're young, so that's not hard to keep up with. And of course, as a grandparent, you don't have to do it nearly like you do as a parent. That's why being a grandparent is so great. But let's talk about what you do for fun, not just with your kids and other things. What does Lynn like to do that some people watching might want to know about?
Well, crazy as it might seem, is my kids are my fun. And when they don't have their sports, I'm like really lost. And so today, what's funny is, they asked how many players are on a basketball team. I'm surprised no one knew. I mean, our basketball team has 10 girls and 5 on the court, 5 subs. And so it was just kind of funny that no one knew how many players played on the basketball team. But my daughter plays soccer. My son does volleyball. I mean, I guess I'm mom taxi as my second job, if that's one you want to call it, but I don't get paid to do it, but I do enjoy it.
How great is it though to be a lover of sports?
Yeah.
And then that makes that job, if you want to call it a job, so much easier, because
I
remember my days. I mean, I really enjoyed it. It's a beating. It can be a beating. but I really enjoyed it. I look forward to it sometimes. I think more than my son did is, to their next game and who we're playing. I mean, I was all into it. Lynn, I did catch that this morning that you were one of the few, even inclling the men. I think
was like, how do y'all not know?
you and Cordell were the two that spoke up, which I expected Cordell to say it. But when you said it, I was like, wow, that's cool. She knows it. She knows it. All right. So we got about 4 minutes before we hit break. What I want to talk about right now is Master Networks. They are one of the promotional sponsors of this show. They're really helping to make this happen. Cordell, you're the president. Absolutely. And Lynn, you're very active in the Master Networks chapter as well. Allison had a new guest there today, and he was kind of nervous, right? You walk in, here's a room full of 25, 30 people that you've never met before, and you've got to get up and talk about yourself and your business. And I told him, I said, you're going to get some education. I said, but this is a comedy show. And I mean, is it not one of the most fun places to be and start a Thursday morning?
It is.
Our chapter is pretty unique. I've been to a few other Master Network chapters, and they're all great in their own right. But there's something different about that Wylie chapter, man. It is you literally never know what you're going to get whenever somebody starts talking up there.
I couldn't explain it better. I've been to several myself, and a lot of them are so business focused. Nothing wrong with that. If you're all business, that's your chapter.
Absolutely.
I think that our chapter has the absolute perfect mix of things we all need to know as professionals, but then just the authenticity, the transparency of who we are, what we're struggling with, what our challenges are, and fun. I mean, one thing that I noticed is how many activities this group does, community activities. That's something we're going to talk about. That's really what this podcast is all about. And that's why this is such a good fit in the beginning, is because this chapter really does, as a group and as people, get involved with community events. So we're going to take a real quick break. And when we come back, we'll follow up on this a little bit. And then we're going to start and do our What's Up Wylie segment, which is a time for us to talk a little bit about what's going on in Wylie. And if you're not from Wylie, or if you're in a surrounding neighborhood, then you might want to know and come check us out. So we'll be right back.
The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie is made possible in part by Marley Knapp with Norwex. Chemical-free sustainable solutions for your home. Dallas Jones with Rementis.
Bringing your technology and memories back to life.
Melissa Berry with Lawyer's Title. Melissa Mancini, owner of Melissa Mancini Photography. Don't let your babies grow up to be JPEGs. And by Terra Padilla with Texan Window Cleaning. Don't let dirty windows be your pane in the glass. The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Together, we can make the difference.
And now back to the show.
All right. Short and sweet, and more Master Networks people there that are also part of the show and our co-host. Melissa Berry and Melissa Mancini are up on Tuesday next week, and so we'll be ready for them. So let's just wrap up a little bit about Master Networks Wylie, and I want both of you, and we're going to talk a little bit towards the end of the show as well, but tell me either your most fun moment that you've had in the Master Networks chapter so far, or what you love about it the most. And Lynn, we'll go to you again. I'm not picking on you, but we got to do ladies first.
It's okay. So, I mean, I'm still fairly new with Master Networks, but my most favorite event that they had, and I think it's really the only one that I've been able to attend, which is the Feeding My Children. That was so much fun, not expected to be as much fun as it was. That I was hoping to get my youngest basketball team to get together and do it as a basketball team. So we got to go in there and package food and, give back. And I forget how many children we were able to feed that day, but that was just one of the most fun events that I was able to attend.
Cordell?
I would say, obviously being here from the beginning, starting this chapter, I've seen a little bit of everything, but the most fun event is actually we're gonna run it back coming up here on June 7th. So if anybody wants to join us, just inbox me or reach out. But we're gonna be over at the retirement home called Windridge Assisted Living in Murphy. Just kind of hanging out with the residents there. We had a chance to go over there and play some games and listen to music and just have conversations with about 15 residents. And man, it was absolutely so much fun. And I've been looking forward to getting back there since then. So we do have that booked up for June 7th coming on from 2 to 4 p.m. We'll hang out for a couple of hours over there and get to go enjoy that time again.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'm going to share one of mine. It's kind of the same thing, but it was either the first or the second time that I believe it was the second time that I was there. I'm not going to call any names because they may not want this for thousands of people to see. What I love about our chapter is, I said before, the authenticity and the transparency. There has been a lot of times when you go to networking groups, all you hear them say is how great everything is. Right?
Yeah.
And everything's not always great. We have peaks and we have valleys and we have challenges, and the true raw emotion, the tears that are sometimes shed and the challenges, because we know that we can be honest and we know we can be open because everybody there is supportive and understanding. And it's one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. I mean, it is more family. It reminds me more of a true family, business professional family, than I think any networking group I've ever been in, and I've been doing this for a long time. So I think that that's, for me, what I love about it is that you feel comfortable because you know you're not being judged. So, all right, next segment coming up. This is something that we've been doing since we started the show, but it's our new segment called "What's Up, Wylie?" And let me see if I can get this.
What's up, Wylie?
There we go. So we're going to let both of you talk a little bit about the events that are going on in Wylie and what people are maybe missing if they don't, if they're not tuned in to what's going on in Wylie, whether you live here, whether you work here, or whether you're from some of our surrounding neighbors. So who wants to go first on this one?
I can go first. So I did want to touch a little bit about Leadership Wylie. Class 19 just graduated at the end of last month, and we are looking for a new, a new class 20. The application, it is a Wylie Chamber event, and you can go on the Wylie Chamber page to look for the application. And then also there is a summer bash at the library. That's going to be tomorrow. It's from 9 until 11:45. There's going to be In-N-Out Burger, Kona Eyes, Buku's the clown, the Rad Hatter, and the Inflatables. And I know kids are out for summer too, and I wanted to touch a little on this. The Wylie Rec Center has some amazing summer camps. So does the Wylie High School. So if you guys are looking for something for your kids to do during the summer, check those two places out. It's the Camps of Champs for both Wylie East High School and Wylie High School, and the Wylie Rec Center. They've got different types of events, sports, STEM events, and things like that. So.
All right. That sounds good. Really good. Cordell, what you got?
All right.
So
we got a couple of fun events coming up over the next 2 weekends, actually 2 weekends in a row. June 17th is going to be the first one, the 4th annual Juneteenth celebration in downtown Wylie. That one's going to be over at Old City Park right there in downtown. Free event, going to have DJ, live music, entertainment, food, concessions, bounce houses, and different games for the kids. So also some vendor opportunities that may be there. So if that's something that you're interested in, there may still be an opportunity to jump in as a vendor and sponsor that event. The next event is going to be a twofold. I'm always looking forward to Bluegrass on Ballard. That's one of the largest events in Wylie from an outdoor events perspective. So that's going to be June 24th on Saturday. They're going to have a car show in conjunction with that, along with live music, food vendors, and all of those things. So all the fun for 2 events coming up twice this month.
All right, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff goes on in Wylie that you may not know about. That's one reason why we're doing this show. The second reason we do this show, really the first reason we do this show, we want everybody to know about the events. But our purpose in this podcast, in this live stream and radio show, is to meet and showcase the other people in our community, around our community, or in the professional community that are doing some amazing things. And so we've got 2 good guests today. We got one that apparently has multiple personalities. I can't wait to figure out which one we're getting. And so I'm going to bring them both on, and then I'm going to we're going to let Cordell start first. Cordell,
Okay.
you'll introduce Corey, and then Lynn, you'll introduce Marlo, and then we'll let Marlo go first to tell everybody who she is and what personality we're getting today, and then we'll let Corey go. So everybody, welcome Corey and Marlo.
All right, so I want to introduce everybody to Corey Eccles. Corey is a great friend of mine. We met several years ago, actually, in like a marriage group, and kind of been friends ever since. Had a great time vacationing together this spring break, and it's just an absolute outstanding addition to our community as a citizen of technically Murphy, but we're going to claim him over in Wylie. Actually, technically Saxe, but we're going to claim him over in Wylie since his kids go to Wylie ISD, and just a absolute rock star.
All right, Lynn, tell us about Marlo.
So Marlo and I met through my daughter, my little social butterfly. She does a lot of our community events. She starts off our July 4th parade with some exercises. And that's really, truly how I think our friendship grew, because every single time my daughter sees her, she's like, oh my gosh, it's Miss Marlo. And then we also scrimmaged her basketball team. My daughter's in 3rd grade, her daughter's 4th grade. So we did go up in division, so we did get to play them. So meet Marlo. She's amazing.
All right. Well, Marlo and I got to talk a little bit this morning on the phone because she had found an error. She didn't know she found it, but she found an error that I'd made in one of the emails that went out. And so I got a chance to call her and talk to her, and can't wait for her to be on this show because what I got to know about her this morning was really cool. Marlo, welcome to the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie.
Oh, thank you so much. And Lynn, it's awesome to be asked. I know it took me a while to get back to you because I was like, am I worthy of this show? I don't know. I just love the adults in the parking lot. All right. So, yeah, my name is Marlo Paris. I'm a trainer with Camp Gladiator. I'm actually a partner trainer. So I work through Camp Gladiator to train mostly adults. Sometimes the kids come out and work out with their parents. I had 2 kids come out this morning to my 4:45 a.m. class. It was awesome. I love it when kids come out.
Wait. You said 4:45?
Yeah, I've been up since 3.
There's a 4:45 a.m.? I
Yes,
thought there was only a
class.
Oh, I only knew that there was a p.m.
I do have a PM today. I have a PM today. All right.
Okay.
So a little bit about me. I've been a trainer since 2019, but I started as a camper. I have a degree in landscape architecture from Texas A&M. I graduated in 2000. I did that for 20 years and then said, I want to make a difference in other people's lives. I walked away from the computer and I got in front of people, which was my worst nightmare. Like growing up, I hated being in front of people. I hated people hearing my voice. I hated people seeing my face. But then when God called me to do this, I went, I'm going to listen. I'm going to lead and help others. And I've loved it. This is my 4-point-something years now. And I don't regret walking away from that desk job to be out in the field, helping others, helping my husband. This is where my husband and I work out virtually. That's it. I'll let someone else take over. I think I took up more than enough time, but.
No, that was great. When we're going to get back to you, we got a lot of questions for you, and then obviously when we get to our roundtable discussion, we're gonna want to hear some of your thoughts on that. Corey, you're up, man. What's going on? Corey, you there?
Yes, I am.
All right.
So I've been here in in Saxe. I lived in Wylie for about 8 years and moved over to Saxe. Been here about 10 years. As Cordell mentioned, I've known him for several years. Um, I am an engineer by trade. I've been working in the defense industry for probably 22 years or so. I volunteer with my alumni association. I'm a graduate of Clark Atlanta University, and I've been a volunteer with them within the alumni association since I graduated in '98. I'm the current president of the Dallas-Fort Worth alumni chapter, and I'm also very active on the National Alumni Association level. One of the things we do is we are active with current students at the university here in the DFW area, providing scholarships for them, as well as providing activities when they're not in school. We engage with them and provide mentorship, etc. So it's one of the things that I do because I'm passionate about my institution, and also I'm about students having mentors and providing a look of what the future can be for them. So that is what I'm here for. One of our mottos is find a way to make one. And I know the Difference Radio is all about, identifying things that make a difference in Wylie. So I am all about making a difference in our students' lives.
Love it. Love it. And that's really, you're right. That's what we're trying to highlight and showcase, because there are amazing people doing amazing things, and nobody ever gets to hear about it because the news is saturated with all the terrible people doing terrible things. So I don't know that we can make it the difference, but we're going to try. Corey, you said one thing, and this is where I want to go next before we go to our break. I want to give both of you a chance. You talked about mentors, and I think mentors are important. If you've got good mentors, you've got good direction. I want each one of you to share real briefly someone that has inspired you either personally or professionally to become a better version, a better professional, whatever it may be. But just if just in one quick second, if someone asks you, I want you to think of a name, and I want you to tell me and us and everybody watching why that person is so important to you. And Corey, I'm going to let you go first on that.
Okay, bro. Dennis Kimbrough, I had the pleasure of taking a course from him while I was in college. Granted, I was an engineering major, and Dennis Kimbrough is a business marketing professor and author, and really changed my life in taking that course. And I will say that, in terms of directing my path and knowing that, I'm not limited to just what I'm educated in to move forward in life. But I would say Dennis Kimbrough.
Okay, very good, very good. Marlo, what about you?
Can I have two?
You can have two.
Well, my first one is Jenny Jackson. She was one of my first trainers, and she came up to approach me about being a trainer, and I went, no way, I have a degree. I got a good job. I got same thing to do every day. I know my schedule is predictable. And then she kept going to me. I went, okay, let me give it a try. And then I was doing both jobs. And I also had Ty Bradshaw, who was here a couple of weeks ago, I guess 4 weeks ago, I don't know. But he was one of my mentors as well, guiding me along the way, telling me, Ty is full of inspiration, motivation. And he kept me going. He's always sending inspirational quotes, posting them. And so that helped me to believe in myself that I could do this, that I could make that difference. So I've had those two people, Richard and Jenny, who put my name in the ring because they were trying to promote from within. So I was a client, not a working for them. I was a client. They went, she has potential. Let's see if we can get her out of where she is and make her change and come and join us. And it worked. I love it.
So I got one question before we go to break. Most everybody here knows Ty. Ty's part of our Master Network. So we're going to give a lot of shameless plugs to Master Networks because it's a crazy good place to be. Tell me if I'm wrong. Ty is inspirational. He's motivational, but does his calm demeanor, that confidence, does that not make you just feel like, I mean, it's so easy to be a sponge around him and listen, because he has such a good way of articulating and presenting whatever thought it is that he needs to get out to you.
Exactly, and you are forced to listen to him, not only by his huge presence.
Yeah, you're scared to not listen. That's true.
But I can also tell you, if you ever go to one of his workouts, they're simple and effective. They're not mine are difficult. I make people think, I'm like, your brain's a muscle, memorize this, do this. His is 1, 2, 3, go. And it kicks your tail, and you're like, Ty, thank you for giving me another simple and effective workout. Now I'm going to go make a difficult one for my campers.
Right.
Very true about him.
All right. Well, we're going to have to, I'm sorry, did you have something, Lynn? Okay. All right. We're going to hit our second mid commercial here. And then we'll be right back. We're going to get around to talking about overcoming the challenges as a local business owner and what it takes to thrive in a competitive market. So everybody stick around. We will be right back. Don't forget to comment, like, share, all those good things help us make this a great show.
The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie is made possible in part by Juan Payon and JP Direct Health. Providing affordable health insurance solutions as a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Allison Wilson and Community Wealth Advisors, Life Well Planned. Angela Tucker with Coldwell Banker Apex. Here to help you discover your real estate dreams and build wealth through all stages of life. Dr. Chelsea Nutt with Retrouve Wellness. Feel it to heal it. And by Cordell Reynolds with New Res Mortgage. Your mortgage journey starts right now. You are watching the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Together we can make the difference. The Difference Media LLC is made possible by the following partners and sponsors.
Do you want your home or office to sparkle? Then call Elite Diamond Cleaning today. From basic cleaning to deep cleaning, and using only the highest quality cleaning products and equipment, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Our team of experienced cleaners will work quickly and efficiently to clean every nook and cranny, taking care of all the details, so you don't have to. With a variety of pricing options to fit any budget, discounts for seniors, military personnel, and students, you can be sure that you are getting the best possible price. Call Elite Diamond Cleaning today at 214-300-9876 to schedule a free estimate. Your home and office is a diamond, let us get it out of the dust. Do you love the great outdoors, but hate tent camping? Well, then you need to check out North Texas Glamping Adventures. We offer a one-of-a-kind glamping experience. Our 2021 32-foot travel trailer that sleeps 5 is fully furnished and equipped with all the luxuries of home, including everything you need for a comfortable stay, including linens, towels, a kitchenette, and a private bathroom. Even lanterns, an outdoor cook stove, and chairs. But the best part is, we will even deliver and set up your travel trailer for you, within 75 miles of Wylie, Texas. So all you have to do is show up and enjoy your outdoor adventure. So if you have been dreaming about a weekend at the lake or campground, then click the link in the description or give us a call at 214-883-1294. So what are you waiting for? Book your stay at North Texas Glamping Adventures through OutdoorsE.com today.
In your car, at work, at home, and through your ear pods.
That's why I listen.
2940 The Difference. On air everywhere.
The Difference, its show's host and co-host would like to thank all of our sponsors, because together, we can all make the difference. To learn more about our sponsors, go to our website, www.thedifferenceradio.com. And now back to the show.
All right, we are back. Thank you to our sponsors. We really appreciate you. We've got several more coming on board. This is Wylie's really been a great platform for us. We knew that it would be. There's a lot of people, a lot of communities around Wylie now that are starting to contact us and going, hey, how do we get one of those? And so, it's a testament to the folks that are contributing to this, their guests, their connections. And so hopefully this can become, a really big part of a lot of the communities and we all can benefit from that. So up next, so now we've got our, let me pop that up real quick, but we're going to do our roundtable discussion. And this one is about overcoming challenges as a local business owner, and what is it going to take to thrive in your community and your competitive market. I'm going to throw out one first. I want each one of you to think about what has been a challenge for you as a small business owner. I'm going to throw one out for me, and this is one reason why the difference was created. If anybody's ever heard me talk before, you will have heard this. Small businesses don't struggle or fail because of a bad product or service. They struggle or fail because not enough people knew who they were and what they were doing. We struggle with obscurity. So that's mine. And that's why I created what I did, because I feel like that what we have here is a way to overcome that and help people overcome that. Um, Lynn, I want to go to you. Then we're going to go to Marlo, then Corey, and then Cordell. What has been your biggest challenge, Lynn, as a small business professional?
Well, I mean, being in real estate, it's really the news. I mean, it's the false information, people not understanding our business, realizing that we are an independent contractor. I mean, we do work for our broker. We have fees, we have dues, we have all the things, just like anyone else as a small business. And we basically work for free at first.
Right.
So, and a lot of people don't understand that. They call you like, hey, Lynn, let's go. Can we go see this house? It's like, sure, but are you ready? Well, no, I just want to see it. So it's things like that. It's just people just not understanding how the business is ran, and we try to educate beforehand, but then some people know more than we do sometimes, and so it's just hard.
Right. Well, that's a great one, and I think that a lot of industries struggle from that, and especially with social media and Google, and now with your AI stuff, is everybody becomes an expert with one Google search.
An HGTV.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Well, that's why 50% of the realtors got into the business, because they saw it make $1 million.
But everywhere you go, that's in their waiting room.
Yeah, absolutely. Marlo, what about you?
Well, there's a couple of things. Mine is a lot of people. First, it's people. They fear change. They fear they can't do what we do, even though we train for all levels. And I tell them that millions of times. And they have a fear of not fitting in if they do come out. Like I had people come out one time and they're like, I just didn't feel comfortable. I'm like, I love on everybody that comes out. So it's that fear. And then it's that people don't feel like they have the time to dedicate to themselves. When in actuality, they do. You have 30 minutes of free time 3 days a week. And I often have to put it into perspective. I'm like, you have this many hours. You're telling me you don't have 90 minutes to get back to yourself, to fuel yourself, to fill your cup before you give to others. And then on the business side, I'm almost spoiled by COVID. I'll tell you the truth. I grew exponentially during COVID because we flipped to a virtual platform, online platform, and I still had my outside. And I had people that I never would have been exposed to all of a sudden coming to camps, wanting me to train them. And then all of a sudden, COVID went away. Those campers also went away with them. They stopped having that.
Cordell.
You know what I mean?
I think we all understand, right? It just went away.
Lynn asked me to be on this show. I went, but I'm struggling. We're going to talk about how to grow, and I'm still like in the midst of going, what do I got to do to get back to where I was? I lost 32 campers. That's a big hit for a small company. I lost a third of my population.
Wow.
I'm learning. I'm trying to figure out how to get them back. Yeah. They did. But that's where I am at this point. But I'm looking for now.
All right. Okay, Corey, what about you?
Well, for me, it's been interesting. I mean, I work with a volunteer organization, and we are based upon alumni giving their time back to the university. We are here to motivate graduating students to attend the university, as well as support them in their pursuit of higher education. And it's a challenge, I guess, keeping individuals who have full-time jobs, keeping them motivated to continue to give their time towards this effort. I mean, this is year round, or at least during the school year, majority. But keeping people motivated towards something that is that we don't get paid for, basically. I mean, we do it out of the love of our heart, but we do it also to support our institution and to support these students. And having that I don't know, that wherewithal to say, okay, it's not just about me, it's about seeing other people around me succeed, and providing that vein for them to succeed.
Absolutely.
And I guess for me, determining the best way to keep my team motivated. So that's my challenge. It's ongoing.
Right. Yeah, I talked to a guy the other day that has a nonprofit, and he goes, "Man, getting people to volunteer and be consistent is hard." He goes, "They've got good hearts and they mean well, but they also have, their lives, and they're not getting paid to do this." And so I don't think we understand the challenges that people in your position go through, because you can't get mad at them. They're good people and they do a good job when they have time to be there, right? So, But Cordell, what about you? Let's go with you now. You and I have some similarities. I was in the mortgage business many years ago. I still
Absolutely.
remember my challenges.
I think the biggest challenge right now is I can't piggyback enough on what Lynn said. It's misinformation. Our news media feeds on fear. It feeds on selling the idea that you're going to lose or you don't have, and all of those things. And because we're constantly getting pushed these negative messages, people miss out on the opportunity to build true wealth. I had a family that called me last week that wanted to buy a house back in 2021. They initially wanted to buy in 2021, and they didn't because they were afraid at that time because people were overbidding for houses. Reality is whatever somebody pays for a house, that's what it was worth, right? Because that's what the market kind of settles on if we live in a true capitalistic society. But they were afraid that people were overpaying for houses, and so they didn't proceed in 2021. They didn't proceed in 2022 because they had some life changes and it just wasn't the right time. And now they're talking to me this week, and they're saying that they don't want to proceed now because they're hearing all of this negative news about the economy is falling and housing is going to crash, and they're waiting for that crash to happen. When the reality is, we just got the numbers that came out yesterday. Housing right now is increasing on pace nationwide at about 4% per year right now. That's a 4% increase over the prices last year. Now we're not seeing the 20 to 30% increases that we saw in 2020 and 2021, but that wasn't sustainable. And so being able to get the true message out to people, and combat all of the constant 24-hour news cycle, that's the biggest struggle, I think, for myself in business. But I see a lot of small businesses kind of struggling with that same thing.
Yeah, and you want to be sincere. It's not like you want to steer them the wrong way. And then it's like, do you tell them that, now is a good time? Does it seem like you're pushing them? So it's like, it's hard when you want to steer them and I don't want to use the word steer, but guide them towards the right decision, but also not make it seem like, oh, it's all about me, I'm going to sell you a house. But it really isn't, because we're in the trenches. We see this. It is a good time. And if you wait, you're going to wait yourself out again.
So I've got two questions really for Lynn and Cordell, and then I'm going to go to Corey and Marlo. I never heard this during the time that the housing prices people were paying more than asking. I never heard anyone say that pricing has adjusted to true value.
Right.
Has our housing been undervalued for the last 20 or 30 years here in Texas? And now it's meeting the larger markets like California and Florida and places like that, that if you went, you would see what those homes are valued. And honestly, smaller homes with smaller lots than what you get here in Texas. So that's one thing. The second thing that I never hear when people talk about well, interest rates are higher now, values are higher, values are lower, this is going to change, that's going to change. Real estate has a unique ability to reset itself to the one true value. It always will. Am I wrong about that? I mean, a house is a house is a house, worth what it's worth what it's worth. Sometimes it's going to be high, sometimes it's going to be low, but the true value will never fail. So how do you lose money on that? Honestly.
How do you explain that you're not? That's the thing.
Well, I think that it's kind of like if you're, and this is another educational part. I think that if you understand how to win in the stock market, it's not about getting in and getting out. It's about the ability to sustain the bad times so that you can hit when the times are good and have the patience to do that. Housing kind of mirrors that in its own way. I don't think it's as nearly as volatile as the stock market can be. And I think it's a lot easier to play than the stock market because most of us have no clue about the businesses we're trying to invest in, but we do know about the neighborhoods. We do know about the communities, and we can see definitive growth, positive or negative, either way. I just think that the real estate market is a lot easier to track and predict than anything else. And I mean, what's a better return on your investment? And it's like, I mean, you guys have seen this. I know you're buying a house wherever you are, right?
Absolutely. 100%.
I'm paying somebody's mortgage. I'm either paying mine or I'm paying somebody else's. But you are paying a mortgage.
Yeah.
So figure out who you want, whose you want it to be.
I'd rather pay myself.
Exactly.
And,
All right.
and I agree with you, Lyndon. I was just going to say that the real estate market is the true definition of supply and demand, right? If we follow basic economics, the more people want, the higher it's going to go. And the less people want, the lower that price is going to go. And we in the DFW market specifically have been truly undervalued because of the massive amount of land here. And now the influx of people actually moving into the market are the pricing is adjusting. Yep. And it will continue to adjust until something changes.
Right. I agree. Let's go back now to Marlo. I want to talk to her because it's funny. I'm kind of old. When I first moved to Dallas, I was in the health and fitness industry. I was a personal trainer for many years, and so I understand your struggles. I was in the mortgage business. Imagine that. And a lot of times I was doing them all at the same time because I like to stay busy. But let's talk about being a personal trainer and the challenges that you discussed with us. I mean, COVID happened, you lost. How do you rebuild from that? How do you get back on track and build your business back?
And I just keep being me. That's what I'm focusing on right now because that's what people come for. I'm high energy the entire 60 minutes. As soon as people get there, I'm already jumping around, even at 4:45 in the morning. I get to camp 15 minutes early. All right, so I'm already out there at 4:15, setting up, getting ready for everybody. And I love it. When they start showing up, my heart just starts getting ready for them. All right, ready to love on them, ready to serve them. And we're for all levels. Like I have people that can barely move. I have one person, Lynn, you know her. Katie had major surgery on her foot, and she said, nothing's going to stop me from coming out. She gets on her little knee scooter. She comes all the way from about half a mile away and rolls into camp at 4:45 in the morning.
So I have no excuses what you're saying.
I train a lot of crazies just like me. But my focus is I lead for them. They tell their friends, and I build my business off of referrals. Just like in real estate, you give them great service, they're going to come. And it's a slow trickle, but it's coming. It's building. And my name just has to get out there. I walk around, I'm dressed like this all the time. I'm a walking billboard. If people want to know why I look the way I'm 40, I just turned 46 years old. I feel like I'm 20 something. I love staying active, and when I find someone that's younger than me and they look older than me, I'm like, you can do this. Move. Just move. Get mind over mindset. And my goal is to meet as many people as I can. I'm that person at Kroger on a Friday morning hanging out with all the older people, making eye contact, saying, can I help you with this? Can I help you with that? Like, I'm that person. I just want to be out there. I want people to know me. I love walking around my neighborhood dressed like this, running, working out. They see me.
Awesome.
There's my skill. I want to lead by
I see
example.
you, Marlo. I see
Awesome.
you.
All right, we've got about 10 minutes left. I've got to hit our final commercial. When we come back, I'm going to give everybody a chance to share a little bit about why pick you, right, over your competition, because we all have competitors. Why would I choose you? And then give everybody a chance to let people know how to get in touch with you. We've had these scrolling during the show, but we'll scroll them again, and then we'll close out. But yeah, y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie is made possible in part by Jenny Connolly with TC Roofing and Restoration. Trust TC to keep you leak-free. Jessica Cooper with Diesel Signs and Displays. The Power of Advertising. Lynn Heverly with Coldwell Banker Apex, guiding you home with heart and expertise. Megan Lunty with Brightway Insurance. If you are not insured the right way, call Brightway. And by Marissa Page with Page Restoration. When the worst happens, let our family take care of yours. The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Together, we can make the difference.
And now back to the show.
All right, we're back. We have about 9 minutes left, so we've got a little bit of time. But let's talk now. I just want we're going to start with Corey. Corey, I would assume, I've never been in your position, but I would assume that finding volunteers when there's so many outlets that people can volunteer can be a chore. How do you stand out, and how do you draw? I mean, obviously, I know people that love Clark Atlanta, want to give back to Clark Atlanta, and that's a great way to do it. How do you stand out, and how do you draw the business to you that you need, the help? How do you make that happen?
Well, first off, we have to have leaders who are energetic like Marlo. You know, with a magnetic personality like Marlo has, if I have, 4 other individuals on the board like me, I think that we'll draw in our alumni from the local area, and that's the start. So I don't know. I may bring my board over to you and let's go through a few sessions. Maybe that'll rub off on them. But having leaders who can draw in people and show that, hey, we're doing good things in the community. We're all about building each other up, and also building out the students who are coming out of this area. A part of that also involves great marketing, and that's both online and in person as well. One thing we talked about how COVID really changed everything. We used to meet in person all the time. Well, COVID, of course, changed that. We were meeting virtually, but we're back to meeting in person now. But you have to be able to adjust to circumstances. So we had a really big fall off during that time. But the way we continue to grow and continue to get people involved, whether it's as involved as I am, or if they just want to donate towards the scholarships that we provide to our students out of the area, that's fine. I mean, because ultimately we just able to provide for our students who are attending. And part of my motivation, because I attended Clark Atlanta University on a full scholarship to obtain a bachelor's and a master's degree in physics. And I understand the blessing of being able to complete college without that debt behind you. So I like to be able to provide, an opportunity like that, for other students who, may not have that blessing. So that's my motivation. So I want to be able to reach others who have that similar type motivation, like Marlo. I'm going to Marlo motivation.
I was going to say, I think Marlo just got recruited to be a volunteer for Clark Atlanta. Man,
I would love to.
But I mean, so honestly, I want to touch on this, and we've got about 5 minutes left, so we don't have a lot of time. But I think this is so important that when inevitably, as a small business owner, professional, whatever it may be, we're hitting struggles every day. How important is it to have someone around us like Marlo, like Ty, that can completely just transform our mindset for the moment and get us back on track? those people that's medicine, man. I mean, it really is. It's just, I love having people, just this morning, I wasn't having a bad day at all, but I talked to Marlo for 10 minutes and I was like, man, life just changed today. This is so cool. Marlo, I want you to quickly, we've got, like I said, a few minutes. I'm gonna hit the scroll, but tell people how to get in touch with you.
Well, you can find me 5 mornings a week at Witt Elementary. 5 mornings. So if you live in Woodbridge, live in Saxe, I serve there. 5:15 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Stop it, Chris. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's a 5:15 a.m. class, so you get to start later. Tuesday, Thursday is about 4:45 a.m. So that's in Saxe, but I also have a camp at Founders Park at 4:30 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, and then I have a North Point Church of Christ between TNT. I'm going to plug them. TNT and Golden Chick. There's North Point Church of Christ back there. I'm there 2 days a week, 4:45 p.m. in the sun. Vitamin D, people, vitamin D. But we're for all levels. We offer, like I said, all levels and all fitness levels. I promise. Just come give us a try. It's actually, we're doing 2 weeks. We just launched our 2 weeks free, and that'll be indefinite. Anytime you want to come try us out, you get 2 weeks of online or in-person workouts, unlimited. So if you're too uncomfortable to come out, turn your camera off, work out online, find a trainer you love. All right, it doesn't have to be me, but I think he would love me. I think.
All right, awesome. All right, Lynn, we got about 3 minutes, so quickly let everybody know how to get in touch with you if they're looking to buy, sell, whatever. You're the girl, right?
Well, I'm in the community a lot. You can also find me on Facebook. You can find me on Insta. I'm not really too active on there, but Lynn Heverly at Gmail. You can call the number down there. But if you need a workout, you definitely need to call Marlo. I mean, that's why I got her on the show. I need to help her get her peeps back. So
that's the community difference right there.
Yes,
all of us helping each other.
Nick probably hears me yelling anyways, right?
I know. One day I'll be there. I'm gonna grab Aubrey and we'll go there.
You know what's so cool is you brought Marlo on to help her grow her business, and while Marlo's here, she's giving a shout out to another business. How cool is that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Cordell, you're up, man.
All right, so you guys can obviously find me here at the number below, scrolling there, 501-548-7100. That's my cell phone. I always give that out because that's the way I work. I want you to feel like you can contact me if you have any questions about mortgages or just real estate in general. Also on all social media platforms, if you can think about it, I'm on there at Cordell Reynolds. Not active, super active on all of them, but if you DM me, I'll be more than happy to respond and see how we can help you out.
Awesome. All right, Corey, we've got about 30 seconds. So if you want to share your contact information.
Sure. All right. So you can contact me. We have International Alumni Day coming up on June 13th. But as I mentioned, we're doing, you can reach me at alumniday.cau.edu. Once again, alumniday.cau.edu, and on that site provides all the information where you can help out alumni here in the local area as well as nationally. You can also reach me at 214-228-1542.
Awesome. I want to thank our guests today, Marlo and Corey. Especially thank our co-hosts, Cordell and Lynn, for bringing on two fantastic people. Making this, I mean, I had a meeting the other day with a Chamber of Commerce, not in Wylie, but close, and they're interested in doing something for their community. And they're asking me a lot of questions. I'm like, look, if you really want to know how this is done, watch the Wylie show. This has been, I mean, this is the blueprint for what we've been trying to accomplish forever. You guys are great. I really appreciate it. We got a few last comments. Sorry I didn't get to respond to the comments today. As I said before, running both the production part and the host part can sometimes be a little bit overwhelming. We are out of time. Thank you for all watching. Over 22,500 viewers last month on these shows, these series. So happy about that, and we'll see everybody on Tuesday.
Thank you for watching today's show. If you like today's show, please share, like, and subscribe, and make sure to shop, buy, and hire in Wylie. Special thanks to all the guests, co-host and sponsors of the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie.
Thank you for tuning in and watching our show. If you would like to see our next show, or more shows like this one, just click the QR code and go to show schedules, or just follow and subscribe to our channels to get updates and notifications of this show, and many others like it.